South Carolina, where history lingers in the air, inviting us to explore its timeless stories. Charleston's story begins long before the birth of our nation. Founded in 1670, it quickly rose to prominence as a major port city, a gateway to the New World. The harbor teemed with ships laden with goods from distant lands, indigo, rice, and enslaved Africans, who played a pivotal role in the city's development. Grand mansions, inspired by European design yet infused with a distinctly Southern sensibility, rose along the Battery, a testament to the city's prosperity. But Charleston's story is not simply one of opulence and grandeur. It is also a story of conflict, of revolution and resilience. The seeds of American independence were sown in Charleston's very soil, as its citizens challenged the might of the British Empire. As Charleston prospered in the 18th and early 19th centuries, it became a beacon of wealth and culture in the American South. A distinctive architectural style emerged, characterized by its elegance and grandeur, one that would become synonymous with the antebellum South, reflecting the aspirations and affluence of its residents. Grand mansions, with their soaring columns, sweeping balconies, and intricate ironwork, lined the streets, each a testament to the wealth and ambition of Charleston's elite. These homes were not just residences, but symbols of status and power. Step inside one of these architectural gems, and you are transported back to a bygone era. The interiors were designed to impress, with lavish furnishings, ornate moldings, and rich textiles. Sunlight streams through tall windows, illuminating elegant ballrooms where couples once waltzed beneath glittering chandeliers. These ballrooms were the heart of social life, hosting grand parties and gatherings. Grand staircases wind their way to upper floors, where spacious bedrooms offered respite from the sultry Carolina heat. Each room was a sanctuary, adorned with fine art and luxurious fabrics. Just beyond the city limits lie the plantations, vast estates that were once the economic engine of the South. These plantations were self-sufficient communities, with their own blacksmiths, carpenters, and other skilled laborers. Here, amidst moss-draped live oaks and fields that once teemed with cotton, we catch a glimpse of a more complex and troubling past. Drayton Hall, Magnolia Plantation, Boone Hall. These names evoke a bygone era, a time when cotton was king and the lives of countless enslaved Africans were intertwined with the fortunes of their masters. The wealth generated by these plantations came at a tremendous human cost. The plantation houses, with their stately facades, stand as silent witnesses to a painful chapter in American history. They are monuments to both the grandeur and the deep injustices of the past. Walking through the grounds of these plantations, we are reminded of the human cost of that wealth and grandeur. The beauty of the landscape belies the suffering that took place here. The slave cabins, often little more than wooden shacks, stand in stark contrast to the opulence of the main house, a tangible reminder of the deep injustices that were woven into the very fabric of Southern society. These humble structures tell the stories of resilience and hardship, of lives lived in the shadow of oppression. Today, Charleston's historical sites are preserved as a testament to this complex history. Efforts to maintain these buildings and educate the public about their significance ensure that the stories of both grandeur and suffering are not forgotten. As we walk through modern Charleston, the influence of its antebellum past is still evident. The city's architecture, culture, and even its layout reflect a history that continues to shape its identity. The community of Charleston embraces this heritage, celebrating the beauty of its past while acknowledging and learning from its darker chapters. It is a city of grace and grandeur, but also one of reflection and remembrance. The issue of slavery, a festering wound on the nation's soul, had been a source of tension and conflict for decades. The moral, economic, and political debates surrounding this institution had divided families, communities, and the nation itself. These deep-seated divisions would eventually lead to the American Civil War, a conflict that would pit brother against brother and state against state. Charleston, a city with a rich and complex history, would once again find itself at the epicenter of conflict. Its strategic location and symbolic significance made it a focal point in the brewing storm. In the harbor, a mere stone's throw from the bustling city, stood Fort Sumter, a fortification that had become a symbol of federal authority in a region teetering on the brink of secession. This fort, with its imposing walls and strategic position, represented the presence and power of the federal government in a state that was increasingly defiant. On April 12, 1861, the stillness of a Charleston morning was shattered by the roar of cannon fire. The peaceful dawn gave way to chaos as the first shots of the Civil War were fired. Confederate forces, determined to seize control of the fort and assert their independence, launched a relentless attack. The small garrison of Union soldiers stationed at Fort Sumter found themselves under siege, facing a barrage of artillery shells that rained down upon them with unyielding ferocity. The bombardment, echoing across the harbor and into the city itself, was a deafening reminder of the conflict that had begun. Smoke and fire filled the air as the fort's walls were pounded relentlessly. The sounds of war reverberated through Charleston, a city now thrust into the heart of a national crisis. The bombardment marked the beginning of the bloodiest conflict in American history, a war that would last for 4 long and brutal years. Fort Sumter, once a symbol of federal power, now lay in ruins, a casualty of the nation's bitter divide. The fort's fall was a stark symbol of the deep and violent rift that had torn the country apart. Charleston, the cradle of secession, was now on the front lines of a war that would test the very fabric of the nation. The city's streets, once bustling with commerce and life, were now scenes of desolation and fear. The impact of the war was felt deeply in Charleston, a city that had once thrived as a major port and cultural center. Now, it was a place of uncertainty and danger, its future hanging in the balance. The city, once a thriving port, was now under siege, its streets eerily quiet as residents sought refuge from the relentless Union bombardment. The once vibrant community was now a war zone, its people caught in the crossfire of a nation at war with itself. The horrors of war, once a distant threat, had come home to Charleston. The city's residents, who had once lived in relative peace and prosperity, now faced the harsh realities of conflict and destruction. The streets, once filled with the sounds of daily life, were now silent and empty, as families huddled in their homes, hoping for safety and an end to the violence. The war's impact was profound, leaving scars that would last for generations. The people of Charleston, like so many others across the nation, were forever changed by the events that unfolded during those tumultuous years. The story of Fort Sumter and the Civil War is a reminder of the cost of division and the enduring strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. As we reflect on this chapter of history, we honor the resilience and courage of those who lived through it. Amidst the grandeur of Charleston's antebellum architecture and the somber reminders of its Civil War past, there exists a vibrant culture that speaks to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit. The Gullah Geechee people, descendants of enslaved Africans who were brought to the Lowcountry, have preserved their unique traditions for generations, creating a rich tapestry of art, music, storytelling, and language. From the coastal islands to the mainland, the Gullah Geechee community has left an indelible mark on Charleston's cultural landscape. Their language, a unique Creole that blends elements of English and West African languages, is a testament to their ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. Gullah Geechee cuisine, a flavorful fusion of African and Southern influences, tantalizes the taste buds with dishes like shrimp and grits, gumbo, and hoppin' john, each bite a celebration of their heritage. But it is perhaps in their art that the Gullah Geechee spirit finds its most powerful expression. Charleston, with its rich historical tapestry, faces a unique challenge: how to preserve its past while embracing the future. This delicate balance requires a thoughtful approach, blending the old with the new in a way that honors the city's storied history while allowing for modern growth and innovation. The city has become a beacon for preservationists who recognize the importance of safeguarding its architectural treasures, cultural heritage, and unique character for generations to come. These dedicated individuals and organizations work tirelessly to ensure that Charleston's charm and historical significance are not lost to the sands of time. Through the efforts of dedicated individuals and organizations, Charleston has achieved remarkable success in preserving its historic buildings and neighborhoods. This success is evident in the meticulous restoration projects that have brought new life to old structures, allowing them to stand proudly as symbols of the city's enduring legacy. The Charleston Historic District, one of the largest in the United States, encompasses over 3,000 buildings. each one a testament to the city's architectural heritage. These buildings, with their distinctive styles and intricate details, tell the story of Charleston's evolution over the centuries. Walking through the streets of the historic district is like stepping back in time. The cobblestone pathways and well-preserved facades transport visitors to an era where history and modernity coexist harmoniously. The clip-clop of horse-drawn carriages echoes through the streets, a reminder of a bygone era. These carriages, once a primary mode of transportation, now serve as a charming link to the past, offering a unique way to experience the city's history. Gas lights cast a warm glow on the cobblestone sidewalks, illuminating the intricate details of the antebellum mansions and colonial-era homes. These lights, a staple of Charleston's historic charm, create an ambiance that is both nostalgic and enchanting. But preservation goes beyond simply saving bricks and mortar. It involves a deeper commitment to maintaining the essence of what makes Charleston unique. It is also about preserving the stories that these buildings tell, the lives that unfolded within their walls, and the events that shaped Charleston's destiny. Each structure holds a piece of the city's collective memory, a narrative that is woven into the fabric of its identity. Museums, historical societies, and cultural institutions play a vital role in this effort, bringing the past to life through exhibits, tours, and educational programs. These organizations serve as custodians of history, ensuring that future generations can learn from and appreciate the rich heritage of Charleston. The preservation of Charleston's cultural heritage is equally important. It encompasses not only the physical structures, but also the traditions, customs, and stories that define the community. By embracing both the tangible and intangible aspects of its past, Charleston continues to thrive as a city that honors its history while looking forward to a vibrant future. Charleston's legacy is etched in its cobblestone streets, whispered on the breeze rustling through ancient live oaks, and reflected in the shimmering waters of its harbor.